Today, my friends, installed a program that I've known about for years, but I kind of had forgot about. It's been a while, but for nostalgia, and I was feeling it lately, but I decided to, resolve this particular thing. And, I've also installed this, though, because there's some videos up about developing, for the NES homebrew, and and that's gonna have to be assembly to get it up on the NES. So I want to play with a little toy, But you see, you see this? This is a bouncer on IRC, and I got it, and I want to show you some stuff. I got a Digital Ocean box, and it's up there in the cloud. It's the web droplet, and I just noticed that it basically gave us, you can get the latest development version with Git, and that's what I've got up. I've got the development version of apparently ZNC up, and I had run cat to run that, and so ls again, and let's see if there's any other interesting stuff that we cat noted. And test. So that's up and running, and so let's cat the change log. It's been around for a while, but you can actually see the actual change log on the damn thing to see what's been going on since the whole thing started. The message of the day configuration up. Like, see, look, I got it up and I compiled it to the latest development version, and I'm watching a series of videos that I found here. Intentionally just one video in the series a day, but that's the Digital Ocean. But let's go over to Similar Worlds. To get the video that I uploaded earlier out of my own history here in particular. 0 pages. I started on this, and I'm thinking about, like, I've got Anki in this video. Like, what if I were to program in like all the conversions between like the various like there's a reference chart for what like something is in hex and binary, and a reference chart for what something is in decimal as well to the other two. What if I started using this to memorize the conversions in this fashion with this particular, and build an Enki deck for that, and program and put one together for spaced repetition? Wouldn't that be something? And oh my god, it wants me to sign into the Anki app so that I can have the Anki, But Anki, if you don't know what Anki is, Anki usually used by those of us that want to learn languages, but why not other things and memorize? It's a big memorization flashcard application in particular. But yeah, so it does this, and the next one goes in over the video series, and there's some screens in it where they basically tell you what something is in hex, and then what that represents in binary, and then what it represents in decimal. I want to start memorizing that stuff, and so reserved IP. Maybe I should enable a reserved IP. So I've got VNC up and running on a Ubuntu cloud server, and there's a console with DigitalOcean, and I'm going to begin this. And that's a Z library session, and you see all that I've cobbled together, and there's this Anki app, and I've got a plan of action maybe over the next couple of days to start studying that and Nestopia to actually test it. Earlier today, I had to use Virtual Box. I had to use this and this. Oh god, this is just wasting hard drive space, by the way. So let's work to remove, delete all files. Yeah, so there we go. There we go. That's going to save some space to do that. But yeah, I've got Kali, up in this, and it's. I had to generate an SSH key, earlier today. So you got Kali booting up in it, and Kali. Yeah, I'm upscaling. By the way, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not there yet, but I'm going to start practicing soon. And to my great delight, as it boots up, what does it do? What does it do? Like as it starts to boot, come on, come on. What is it? Why is it so slow? Why is it processing so slow? Because basically the drive is encrypted, and it's basically trying to go through this. So maybe, is there a way to pause? So there we go. Please unlock the script. That's the first thing that it does when it boots up. It's encrypted, and I have to actually enter a key to actually get it up. And then it boots to this. And earlier today, um, oh shit. Earlier today, I had to I had to generate some of these SSH keys, to set up the Hash Ocean account, basically, and I had to do the work there and set that up to actually doing, some encryption of the traffic between me and there. But yeah, you see that I had to use this virtual box machine to actually do it, and here I am, on Freenode right away, and see, this is what they see if they run a whois on me instead of where I actually, located. Although it does look like there's some encoding problems compared from here to there to actually paste it, because it's not the right UTF, I guess, specification that you're looking at in this text, But there you go. They see this particular host as opposed to where I actually am and where my actual location is instead of this, because that's what it does. I set a bouncer up, and a bouncer is like a proxy, but a proxy for no, I don't need this machine anymore. Resources are precious. I don't need this any. It's a proxy for IRC. Basically, it's an IRC bouncer. So an introduction. Usually, an IRC client connects to an IRC server with an IRC bouncer like ZNC. The IRC client connects to the IRC bouncer, and the IRC bouncer connects to the IRC server. The most common benefits of this are the IP address of the bouncer is visible on the network instead of the client IP address. The bouncer can keep the connection to the server when the client disconnects. This way, this is a way to keep the IRC nickname To be able to keep up the connection for a long time, IRC bouncers are usually run on computers with stable internet connections and static IP addresses. The bouncer can stay in an IRC channel while a client disconnects. This way, the user can keep the channel modes to like opt, and the bouncer can buffer chat messages while the client is disconnected and send them to the client as soon as it reconnects. Multiple devices like the desktop computer, notebook, and smartphone can share a single IRC nickname. To get started with ZNC, you need to find a computer with a good connection, usually a V server or root server that is accessible from the IRC client, with a global IP address, Dyn DNS, or via VPN, and install ZNC on that computer, now called a bouncer server. And the easiest way to use the ZNC packages provided by your Linux distribution. And then you have to set up the conf, and set that all up. And that's what I just did earlier today. I had to compile, the program, and I did take a nice little screenshot of my activity. Mm. So, that you can see that it was compiling earlier today. I censored it a bit, you know, to but it's done basically. It's up, and there you have it basically. And I bid you all adieu basically, as far as bragging rights are concerned. That's all set with, and it's great that I have that, and I've got this too, so I'm able to use this to connect to the damn bouncer, which it increases anonymity as well on IRC to a huge extent. And you know uh, that's really awesome, because it hides my location from people and routes it through multiple layers of anonymization, so they'd have to peel back layers of the onion to actually find me on IRC, if they were looking for me for something that I said or did on IRC. And it's now routed through a bouncer, which helps because you could often can't connect to a server at all, because if you connect to the server without it being able to ident you enough, it'll knock you off. And so this is the model of it, and it's up, and basically I'm also thinking about building a flashcard deck with some, I'm thinking about starting, to work with programming in 6502 for NES, and setting up a flashcard app to memorize, the conversions between hex, decimal, and binary. So sorry, it wasn't off the tip of my tongue there, but yeah, I'm going to build one of those, and I'll probably share the deck with the Enki community when it's done, so that other people can follow that, and get some utility out of that. But yep, that was my morning. That's what I spent all morning doing. So toodles.